Welcome to the Too Posh Podcast.
I am Gabrielle. I am a former New York Mafia princess, originally from Austria. I am the mother of 3 and the owner of Too Posh Boutique, and here with my beautiful co-host Marcella, my daughter.
Hello, I'm Marcella. I'm a dancer, choreographer, model, and designer for Too Posh, and I say whatever the I want.
Hi, my name is Cruz. I am a stylist. I also own the Society Salon in the Design District, and I am a short little Mexican with a big personality.
I am Polly. I am a certified sexual health consultant and educator, former professional dominatrix, currently working at the largest adult novelty store in the Texas Panhandle.
What will they say next? Welcome to the Too Posh Podcast.
I don't know, but sometimes I would be either at my house and he had Chanel, or I would be at his house and he would disappear. One time I found his car crashed into a median from the Star.
I remember.
I found the car. I found cops.
This is
killing me.
Found his car crashed on the side of the Where is he? Finds his car crashed on the side of the median.
So here's
I don't know how that got there.
Here's what's wild.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
And he said he got arrested.
I own that car.
Arrested?
So I couldn't find him. So he had a business meeting. This is how I was getting.
Okay, everybody listen to this.
Mind you, I'm thinking up until this point, I'm thinking we're getting married. Okay, I'm thinking we're gonna have children together.
And you're probably planning a life with him. Like you guys are discussing.
This is the love of my life.
Yes, we're planning our lives.
But this is both of you. This is not just in your head.
No,
this is
like,
both
this is
of
a
you.
discussion.
Right? So I know.
Did he
I
ever
just
ask
want
for
to put
her
that
hand
out
in
there.
marriage?
That this
That's
is
what I want to
like,
know.
The best person to talk to who witnessed a lot of it is her, because was he not?
Mom.
Like,
did he ever ask for her hand in marriage?
No, that didn't happen. However, honestly, I'm going to just say for both of you, just as women, like, this is breaking my heart for both of you.
Oh my God.
I know.
Like, I know it's all
so
funny and
sad.
all whatever, but that is
Yeah.
a really,
No.
I mean, that's
It was actually
Really?
traumatizing.
It's very traumatizing.
Well, I
Yeah.
had to go to therapy for a long time.
because this is like the kind of stuff
Should
that,
bill him.
like, my mind is blown right now, because he would be at our house a lot. Like, his family would come in town and we would make these big dinners because they loved Austrian food. So we would make like pork roast
Disgusting.
and dumplings, and
he's
come
so
over.
part of your
disgusting.
family at this point.
Part
Yeah.
of
Our family.
Schmoozing.
They are part of our
So
family. Like,
disgusting.
we are.
The kids, all
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
I mean-
like the kids. Oh my god.
Yeah,
And
but
the
the good
kids.
thing about this, the my heart is like at peace that you two realize that it wasn't her and it
Yeah.
wasn't her.
Right.
It was him. And a lot of girls don't see that.
They
They
always
fight.
think
They'll
it's
try to
them
fight each
themselves.
other.
100%.
You have to step back
100%.
and be like,
Yeah.
it's not Marcella, it's not Berkley, it's
Yeah.
Because he
fucking
did
Todd.
it to both of
Yeah.
you guys,
Yeah.
and he's continuing to do it.
Yeah.
He's still doing it with
He's
whatever.
still
The
doing
next
it.
one,
So
and the
I
next one, and the
was,
next
I
one.
guess in this situation, I was kind of the side chick, but then we did start dating seriously.
Yeah, but then
So-
he got
so
another side chick. I'm sure he
but-
already
Yeah,
had that girl
yeah.
when you were.
But the
when he was done
saddest-
with
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, the new
Um,
one. But I think so at that moment, to go back to that,
so he started
really-
disappearing.
He started disappearing, and the first time he disappeared, I'll go back just a little bit. For a long time, we would only drive my vehicle. And I was like, why the fuck? Like, do we always take my small ass car? You're such a big person with this big
6'10".
vehicle.
big
And this is
bitch.
how good, if anything can tell you, and maybe it's either one, how naive I am, or two, how very manipulative this person is. I
Both.
kept
It's the
asking,
second.
I think it's.
and I was like, what? Why are we we took a road trip in my small car to Austin. I was like, are you uncomfortable? My car is a 2-door car. And he's like, no.
3 hours.
No, your car.
No, we're good.
Your knees are on the and mind you, I found out.
I'm good, love.
I'm fine. He drove. He's like, I want to drive it. But I find out later that he had a breathalyzer in his car. He didn't want to tell me.
I had no idea about this.
He
until you told me.
he had gotten so many DUIs.
He
that
has
he
like
had
4 DUIs.
Oh my God.
I had no idea.
So I'm thinking, fast forward back to, I think I'm in a happy relationship. relationship. He tells me he's in a business meeting. I cannot get a hold of him. So I become psychotic and I get out of my bed. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, fuck this motherfucker. I'm going to
find him.
My PJs. I'm going to go into fucking Concrete Cowboy and I'm going to beat that bitch.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
I love that energy. Unbelievable.
Fuck yes.
All through the car. And I'm looking for his car everywhere because I was ready to fucking I was going to cause a scene. Did not care because
I'm down.
I love that. I'm so here for that.
So I'm like,
I would have literally cheered you on. I would have held people back. No, let her handle this. She's good. Let her get it out.
So I'm driving so fast and I'm looking for his car because I'm thinking if I find the car, the Escalade, I'm like, if I find the car,
I'll find him.
Yes.
Because he's an idiot. He drinks and drives. So, you know, the car's close.
So I know the car is close. So I'm like, I turn that corner and I'm like, y'all, I could not. I was like,
that's unreal.
Fuck. And I have a photo in my phone. And I'm like, is that his fucking car? I get out of the car, I'm like, boom, 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 run so fast.
It's a wrecked car. It's a crashed car.
Oh my
On the side of Dallas North Tollway. Abandoned.
Oh wait, you're driving and you see a wrecked car.
And it's his fucking car.
On the side of Dallas North Tollway.
So,
dead.
And abandoned with his daughter's car seat in the back. And I'm like this. I'm running so fast.
Because you don't know if he's in the car at this point. I'm sure.
Maybe he's in it.
I get to the window and I'm like, where the fuck is this motherfucker? There's two kids on the side, like teenage, or I don't know, young adults. And I'm like, hey, did y'all see a big motherfucker? And
no.
like, yeah, we saw that. Like, he went running. No. And I'm like,
I'm crying.
I jump back in my car.
Oh my God.
At this point, though,
he's a runner. He's a truck star.
so I get back in my car. It's maybe 1 a.m. and my leg, and I will say this is very traumatizing because I didn't know what happened. My
It's all traumatizing.
my leg on the pedal is shaking so hard.
Well,
I was
you're
like
full of adrenaline at this point.
That's something you would never expect to see.
No, and I'm
no one prepares you for that sort of situation. They did not train you for this.
So I'm looking for him in the bushes. I can't find him. His phone's off, obviously. I go back around. I'm thinking he'll come back to the car. Well, at this point, then I'm getting pulled over.
Oh.
At the
And
car.
you're on foot?
And I was in my, because I drove back around to his car.
Yeah.
And the cop now is shining his light in my car. Like I'm doing something
like you're the
wrong.
problem.
no.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to sob. I was like, I just got out of bed and
That's so traumatizing.
And the guy
And this is his car. That's his car.
Meanwhile,
Said he went this way.
You're in Frisco.
In her
Meanwhile, so they're like,
jammies, in her
what is
fucking
wrong
pajamas.
with this housewife? She's lost
They're like,
her
is she
damn
on?
mind.
How much Xanax did you take, ma'am? Are you okay?
I thought I was getting in trouble. I was like, I promise you I'm not drunk. I just got out of bed. And they're like, okay, well, you need to call us. And the light is in, like, I think I'm in trouble.
Thing. That's
So I go home and he calls me at 4 a.m. And he's like,
He finally calls.
he finally calls and
Hey,
happened
sorry,
was-
my business meeting ran a little long.
What happened was
I didn't
Hey,
say
baby, what's up?
no.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
I'm
morning, beautiful.
sobbing.
Did you go back to
Happy
his house?
Sunday.
Oh yeah, I went to the house because I needed to go get Chanel because
Yeah.
I was like, my dog is locked in a cage. I'm sobbing, crying, sobbing.
This is so bad.
And he's like, I got arrested, and I'm thinking, oh my god.
That.
So I'm thinking, he says he didn't want another DUI, so he said he got a PI. So and then he got out of jail, and I'm like, okay.
That is
Wow.
Good job. Good
What
job.
an improvement.
You managed to swing a PI instead of a DUI.
Yeah. Finally learned your lesson. Oh, if I abandon this car, you know what? That will reduce to a PI. Fuck it. I'm
Fuck it.
going.
Nailed it.
Let's
Finally
go,
learned your
baby.
lesson.
nailed it.
Nailed it.
So I
Slap
have
on
to
the wrist.
say, after that day, he's apologizing like crazy because I this is kind of sad, and I'm not trying to bring down the energy, but I did tell him the one thing I asked him was to never turn off his phone, and it was not because I would have never thought he was a cheater.
Yeah.
My one thing
I
was
didn't think he
at
was.
all my dad, when he died, I asked him, I said, it's the one thing that freaks me out. It gives me like such bad PTSD to the point I'm like always shaking. And it's not that I'm thinking people are cheating. I always think somebody died.
Yeah.
And so I asked him to not do that, and he could not respect that.
Like
and
one
No,
simple
and you know
thing.
he said that about you.
And you opened up why.
He said
and, like,
Marcella
why.
has all these issues from her dad passing away.
That's the one thing.
That's so fucked
That's all I
up to say.
asked. Is I said, please.
such a piece of
He's
shit.
such a dick.
Dude, he is on the same realm as Thomas Luna.
Yes.
They both are
They should
just
start a
tiny-
support
they're
group.
tiny
I
dick,
can't believe
narcissistic,
he
sociopathic
had 4
fucks.
DWIs and then
Yeah, and
Ugh.
so then
but
he
so then he just got let out of jail and then what?
That's what he
This
said.
is the best podcast ever.
So
It's gonna get better.
So
It's gonna
then-
get better.
then he kept disappearing, and that's when I was like, I was getting to the point where I was becoming like numb to it, and I would go to his house and
It was like the
Um,
norm.
it was just becoming so disrespectful. I was like, I don't know. I've never done anything to you. I was such a cool girlfriend. I was like, I never question
So
you. The
cool.
one thing I asked was, even if you can't answer, like just send me like a text so I just know you didn't wreck your car, or I just wanted some sort of
Hey,
life.
my phone's gonna die. I'm okay. I'll be home whenever.
Anything. So then by that time, I was like, I'm getting so fucking sick of this shit. Like, I was getting so pissed off. At that time, we were popping up at the Statler Hotel, my swimsuits. He was coming
Yeah.
up there trying to like salve it. I was like, can
like
you?
when you back.
Yeah, and I was like, could you please not disappear tonight if you go out with like, I was starting to get real pissed off because I was like, I don't know what's going on.
And he would make me feel he never let me go out at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he would
so
like,
ironic.
Yeah, he
so
would like
ironic. And then the
give
last
her shit about it.
And then he did it again. I went to the house. There was a big blonde hairball, and he tried.
Mine.
And her,
He's
and
like,
her-
it's yours, baby. It's yours.
He told me it was
It's
hair.
easy.
A
Like,
blonde
you know,
hairball.
Marcella's like, that is
A blonde
platinum.
hair-
I am honey.
wait.
That is not mine.
Wait.
No, it was a
I
lot
actually
of hair.
think I do remember.
No,
like,
it
my
was like-
extensions falling out.
It was a lot of hair, and
When
he
you-
said,
That's when you got hurt.
I think is that when you got
That's
hurt?
when you got hurt.
Yes, because I was trying to pull him into the Uber to go back home, and he started like just being like pushing me, like being an idiot, and so I
No,
like punched him.
That was at his house.
And
this
the
time.
But this was at the house. I
I know.
think
This
it's when
is
you
when
hit your
you
head.
fell and you.
Oh,
you
wait,
went to the
what?
ER.
Yeah.
I think it's when you hit
Like a
your
big
head,
chunk of
You
right?
got the
hair.
stitches.
Wait, are you serious?
Because
I mean, it
when
could've
when
been
did
someone
that
else's.
happen?
Yeah, I think like October-ish.
Oh, okay, so then
Or maybe no, it happened before that.
It might have been another bitch.
It was like August, September.
Who is she?
Yeah, it was summer. It was summertime.
Okay, that probably was me.
Yeah, it
then.
was
But
summertime.
he had told me
Oh,
he had
the-
went out, and then when I got there, the
So-
house.
So you were dating him when I went to the ER with these staples?
Yes, because when I got to
I
the
thought
house,
y'all were already done by that time.
No, because when I got to the house, he told me him and
we had
another
a full-on after party with the
Yes.
entire staff of the gym.
because the
Oh, when my dog shit on his rug.
No, that's a different
Oh,
one.
okay.
I wish you would have taken a bigger shit.
He
because
took a massive shit on his Persian
the
rug.
outside, like the blinds were like torn to shit. I was like,
You
what
guys
the
talked
fuck?
about this
Wait,
last
what?
Like there was a hoop earring,
knows?
and I was
that
like,
was definitely yours.
it was probably it was
I was
me.
like, what happened at this house? So
Yeah.
that's when I had to go to work, remember? Then he started calling me, and I was like, fuck you,
Yeah.
motherfucker. So I don't answer.
There's a hairball in your house.
So then guess where he goes? Because I'm not answering the phone. He goes to my mother's house.
It's
Thinking
1:30.
you're there.
Listen,
Wait, in the
it's
morning?
And he's
One-
drunk.
1:30 in the
afternoon.
afternoon.
Afternoon. Okay.
I had
Because I wasn't answering. I was like, fuck
so
you.
thank
Yeah.
God she had just called me and didn't say anything about this. I knew nothing. I just had hung up the phone with her.
I
Thank
was so
God.
embarrassed.
Because he comes in the house and he acts like he can't find her and like she's dead.
Like he's
Playing the
panicked.
concerned boyfriend.
I can't find her.
Oh my
Yes.
god, the love of my life.
So I go,
Fucking idiot.
do you mean like what do you mean? And I'm just still so grateful that I had just hung up with her because otherwise
You would have
had
started panicking.
The lies.
Yeah.
The lies.
Now
so
you're
he
like,
comes in and he goes,
okay, weirdo.
where's Marcella? And I go, what do you mean, where's Marcella? And he goes, I go, have you not talked to her? And he goes, gets an attitude immediately, goes, she knew I was going out. And I go, but from last night and now it's 1:30, you haven't talked to her since that time?
It's kind
And
of a
he's
long
like,
time.
He kind of got a real attitude with me. And I go,
catching an attitude with
hold
the
on.
mom.
So I called her and put the phone with him
then
on
she
my
told
phone,
you.
and
She
I had
heard-
never heard screaming like that in my life.
Understand.
It's like, you fucking
I
Yeah.
was so angry.
So yeah, I don't know what night it was, but it was a night probably that we were together.
Yeah.
hanging
And then the last time, it was the weirdest thing. I always say this. It's such a, I don't know what people's beliefs are, but I had it. Like, this person was destroying me 1 second at a time. And you know the way he talks to women, like, he's so demeaning. Like, he would make me feel like I was crazy or stupid.
Like
Yes.
it's all in your head.
Yes.
You're crazy.
I'm just
like
horrible, like the way, and then it became the way I dress and my
Same.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
every-
yes.
No,
It's the
he
same
wants
thing.
to make
The
you
same
so
thing.
self-conscious.
So
He did the same thing
self-conscious
to me.
and-
Marcella, what's your horoscope sign? Sorry, I know it's-
Capricorn.
Okay.
So then the very last time he says he's going out with it, oh, this person is distraught over a divorce. I just want to go just have one drink. And I said, okay. I go, can you just please? I was shaking. And he goes, I will never do that to you. I won't disappear. I was standing at my front door and I was like, I'm going to say a prayer. I was like, if he does it to me one more time, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
He did.
He did not let me
Creature
down.
of habit.
Creature of habit.
That
Creature of
was,
habit.
you asked for your sign.
I
and you
asked
got
for
it.
my sign. I was at her
You got
house.
your
He
sign.
called me. I answered. I was so calm. I said, I'm done.
Yeah.
What? I go, I am
Like,
done.
he's in shock.
shock.
Like,
I said,
He couldn't believe
How
it.
dare you?
I am the world's best boyfriend. I have
I
the
am-
mug.
I have a mug. I'm
It says
God's
best
gift.
boyfriend, number
You
one
should
dad.
be worshiping me. Number one.
Number one dad.
boyfriend.
he could not believe it.
You
he
bought
was
that for
like,
yourself,
are you
sir.
fucking? He starts screaming at me. I was
What?
calm as could be. I said,
What the
I
fuck?
can't do this anymore. I
Why?
am. You are destroying
So
me. I'm done.
basically, everything was really good, and then it all went to shit very fast.
Very fast,
Yeah.
very, very fast in the summer of 2018.
Yeah.
I said I was done in August, and then then you guys, I didn't know you guys were together, but for her, it's
So we
unfair
were
because the
hanging
whole
out,
time
but
Yeah.
they're together, he's texting me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
whole
vice
time.
versa.
And vice
I kind of
versa.
assumed that. So we became like official like October 2018. And it was kind of still more of the same what we'd been doing. Like, I just thought he was a lot of fun because we would
Yeah.
always have a
So
lot of
this
fun
is the
together.
time though that he wanted to have lunch with me.
Yeah, to win her back.
To-
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tell me how he's lost all this weight because he can't live without
Yeah,
her.
because he was really in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
did
was.
look
The
good
last,
back
the
then.
last time he was hot.
He looks at those pictures every day like, damn, I was good looking.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, probably was like texting you the whole time
The
after
whole
he got with
time.
me.
And then there was one time I was on an airplane and he popped up on like Snapchat and it was a picture of you two. And I was like,
You're like, wait, that's the bottle girl.
I called
Yeah.
him. And
Yeah,
I
like it
said,
all made sense.
Yeah.
And I was
It all made sense.
irate. I was like, I fucking knew it. You are and it was just a whole thing. He was like, oh my God, what are you talking about? She made me post that photo.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Blah, blah, blah.
Dude,
And-
this is to a T.
Narcissist.
Narcissist, sociopath, tiny penis, piece of shit. Like, always made, like, he would do the same shit to me.
And
He'd be like,
then-
you're stupid. You're wrong. You're
Yeah.
crazy.
And I was gonna
no,
ask
bitch, you're
you-
crazy.
No, I'm
how
actually
you
right.
felt about that photo shoot because my heart broke
Oh.
when I saw you come in because I was like,
Oh,
oh,
that
fuck,
was
did
the
he
whole
not
thing.
tell her?
No. So we started dating October 2018. And I thought it was all great. Like, he was telling me how much he liked me. And then I started like finding shit of yours in his house. Like, I would see the Two Posh Podcast business cards all over his car.
That's my friend.
There was like medicine
supporting
of
her.
yours in his cabinet.
Another friend.
And
Wait,
it's like
did you
he was
get to
like leaving it out for me to see. And
on purpose.
After he hit it.
Did
all
you
the
get to the
time.
part where with the insurance on the computer? Because I'll never
I'm
forget.
about to get to that.
Okay, because she called us.
Yeah.
She's like, "Do you know
"What the
Marcella?"
fuck?
Yeah,
Who's
and
Marcella.
Yeah.
So like your name was right in front of my face, like
Literally.
the medicine bottle. And then one time I remember I was like looking for a hair tie and I opened up his drawer, his bedside table, and there was like a scrapbook that you had made for him.
Oh, I
And there was like a little note. It was like to so and so, and there was like a scrapbook with like pictures of y'all, and I was like, what is this?
Guys want you to find that.
Like
though.
it's like he was
They
setting me
do.
up, and we would be like watching a movie. We would be like watching TV, and he would go on Netflix and like flip it onto your show. Hey, do you remember my friend Marcella? This is her
Yeah,
show
sick.
that she's on.
What show?
Sick.
Dancing
Dancing Queen on Netflix.
He's still saying that he's like that you were just his
He's trying to
friend.
groom you.
He was like, "This is."
He's trying to groom
He's
you.
like,
My
"This is
daughter's
friend."
dance coach.
And he
Yeah.
was like, "Do you remember Marcella?" I was like, "Yeah, I remember meeting her." But just weirdness.
But like, why would you want to watch her with your new
He's
girlfriend?
I would
grooming
avoid
you.
that.
So
like
then
the
I'm like,
plague.
so then I'm like,
normal.
so then I'm like,
That-
is this? Because I knew y'all were together, obviously,
Yeah.
but I didn't know like how serious it was. And so
Right.
then I'm starting to get an idea, like maybe they were like in a serious ass relationship. And so I start creeping on your Instagram, and I go to your tagged photos,
Uh-huh.
and I see like some pictures of y'all like at a wedding and at a workout class,
With Leslie.
and the dates were like the same as to when we hooked up.
Uh-huh.
And so I started calling him out about it, and he just would be like so mean to me, like,
of course.
no, he goes, he was like, the only time we hung out is because me and Marcella were on a break. He'd be like, we would take breaks. Like she would just go weeks without.
Unaware of those.
She said we would go.
Yeah.
He said she would go like weeks without talking to me. Like she would just disappear. And that's
The irony of that
Interesting.
statement.
and that's the only time I would hang out with you. He was like, I never hung out with you when I was with her.
Because
We were always on a break.
He doesn't want you to think that
Of
you would do the
course.
same thing to him.
Yeah,
He would do the same
um,
thing to you.
Yeah.
So
And did he
it
ever
was,
say like, Berkley,
yeah, and
you're
so-
cheating on me? Like they always deflect.
a little. Yeah, but then
Always.
one time we were
Running
together
running
and
into someone she hooked up, and she's
Yeah.
like,
We
I
were
ran
t-
into him
yeah.
at Del Frisco's. I have to go see your boyfriend. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You brought me around every single
Well,
person you probably had
speaking of
sex
running
with.
into, so Marcella, so poor Berkley, like she was really, really sad
I
about it.
know,
She was
yeah.
sad, and like it hurt my heart.
Yeah, because we like
'Cause
were.
we're
She was
well-
excited about him. We
oh
liked
yeah,
him.
when
He
I
was
tell her, I was
fun.
like, I keep finding this girl's stuff.
No. Like just after that, like we're all Scorpios, so we're supposed
Yeah.
to like when we're done, and like
Mhm.
Berkley just couldn't like let go. So I'm out being sneaky one night with this guy I was seeing that none of my friends liked.
Yeah.
Like, they all
you
hated
told me
him.
this.
Yeah, and then I'm like looking in the bar. I'm like, that's fucking. And this guy's like, who's? Don't worry about it. I'm like, I'll
Shut
be
up.
right back.
Hold on.
So I'm
Charging
like-
him up.
I'm literally like going to charge him up because he was with I could only see
blonde
the back of the hair.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and he's like D, and I'm like, Berkley, and he goes D, and I go, why?
And
what are you
Berkley
doing?
looks at Danielle,
And Berkley
looks
goes,
who
"Who are
and then
you
she
with?"
goes,
And I go,
Danielle.
yeah, literally, it was like a whole like I just kind of like
we both ran in.
All of you are with
Maybe
people
on
you're
our
not
sneaky
supposed to be
link.
with.
You guys need a better
we were all
sneaky
being, we were all
spot.
being shady at this like spot that we thought like was
Okay,
gonna
that
be-
was the worst shadiest
I
spot.
know, but
you
it
think
was
you're
a
gonna be
random-
shady
yeah,
at
but
Monkey
it was
Bar?
a random night. It was like
Yeah.
a Monday,
Monkey Bar.
Monday or something, and it was
Idiots.
like, it was at like
That's on
5
you.
or
That's
6
your
Yeah,
p.m.
no, but back to the photo shoot thing. Yeah, he never told me. Like, we had just gotten in a fight the night before, and he was like, "Yeah, come over tonight." And then I didn't hear from him. And then, cause I think I still followed y'all on Instagram, and I saw something. I saw the background, and I was like, "What? Like, why wouldn't you tell me this is going on?" And
Why do guys think we're like? I can look at a photo and be like, that's so and so's house. Those are his
So,
door
yeah.
hinges.
Oh my
So
God.
like at
Like,
the beginning
that's the
of
tile.
our,
I know that.
I caught a guy that I was talking to in a lie because he was in Vegas and he said he was staying at the
oh
Encore.
yeah.
And he sends me a picture in a hotel room.
going to bed,
I
sweetie.
stayed at the Encore one year for like a total of like 7 weeks in a row. I know
She's
the,
like,
the
"This is
Encore
not
like the back
it."
of my hand. I text back and I said, whose room are you in at the Cosmopolitan? He goes, I'm not at the Cosmopolitan.
Ha ha.
I go, I was unaware
saw
that
the
the
carpet,
Encore had a
bitch.
renovation. I said, did they take out
Oh, the
this
carpet?
and this? He goes, you're fucking crazy. I said, oh, I'm crazy?
Damn right
Oh,
I
you're just
am.
a liar. You're a bad fucking liar.
Yeah, why are we
Yeah.
being
Idiot.
Better.
crazy?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm smarter than you. If you want to cheat, be better at cheating.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, but then yeah. Anyways, so we started dating, and like the first 6 months was like a fairy tale. Because I told you I never had a boyfriend before.
Yeah.
And he literally like lured me in. Like he was so nice to me.
And all of us.
Threw Danielle.
He threw us a birthday party.
He threw them a birthday
at
party
Chili's in Prosper.
Yeah,
got
made
us a cake
Chili's.
with our face
That's
on
what we
it.
wanted.
Had a whole like set out like as if it was a child's birthday party with our snacks and
We did like a white trash
drinks.
bash.
Yes,
in
we went to
Prosper.
the
It was so
gym.
fun.
Like,
spent
I'm November 20th and she's October.
October 29th.
we all there was like 10 girls spent the night at
Yeah,
his
we all had a
house.
My dog- that's what my
sleepover.
dog
Like
shit
a
on the
giant
rug.
adult sleepover, and he was like, "You're so much fun." He's like, "Everything works out because like Marcella like dumped me and left me high and dry, but then I met someone that's like way more perfect for me, and I'm so
How dare
glad."
Ew,
How dare
I'm-
him.
I'm
And he,
literally one
like
of you.
just acted like he was like, "You're the best girlfriend I've ever had," and I'm like, "I've never had a boyfriend in my life, so I'm believing this shit." And he's like, "So I'm not saying like we're gonna walk down the aisle like soon, but you know." Like he was like hinting at that shit. So of course I'm gonna fucking believe it because I'm like 22 years
And
old.
what horoscope sign? Is he a Virgo?
No, he's an Aries.
Oh.
He's an Aries because he has that awful
That-
Aries
oh my God, that's
tattoo
what-
on his back.
That's people. The fucking
yeah,
Aries.
I actually hate Aries.
I do too.
But anyways, so like the first 6 months was like so much fun. I never felt like I clicked with someone more in my life. And then one day, like it all went to shit, like literally overnight. And it became like a total nightmare.
What do you
Like,
think
what
made that happen?
I don't know. I think he was just like luring me.
Do you think
in.
he met the new one?
I think he met the new
No,
one.
no, this was way before that.
because
This was
you
like
two-
6 months into us
So
dating.
you think?
Like, yeah,
like,
dude,
come
actually,
on.
who fucking
So you
knows?
think
He probably had
6 months
other
is
ones.
actually
No,
like,
so, like,
a year and a half.
Yeah. So
But
now,
Berkley and
now it's
Marcella
like
look alike. This
so
new
now
one's-
it's like 2019, and we had so much fun. And then one day we just never did anything ever again. He never took me on a date ever again.
He got
We're at
fat.
home, He
He
got
got
fucking
fat. He
fat as
isolated
shit.
me from all of my friends.
When like if we want to have it, we didn't see Berkeley for a very long time, and it was like almost like not that he wouldn't say like you can't go, but it's almost like
Yeah,
he
he
wanted to
shit.
wait around and make sure like if he wanted to do something that Berkeley was available to for because he knew the second she stepped at the house, he'd be like, "Well, I wanted to take you to dinner tonight." No, he fucking didn't. He
Yeah,
never wanted
no,
to take you to
we,
dinner.
We
He only wants to
completely
take you
stopped
because you
doing
want
anything.
to.
I felt like a prisoner in that house, and he would be like, you know, like you're so much better than your friends. I don't know why you hang out with those girls. Shitting on my friends,
Fucking loser.
shitting on my friends,
Loser.
trying to isolate me from everybody, and then like the name calling starts.
What was the name?
Typical
Like,
narcissistic
yeah,
behavior.
like you're a
Typical
Dallas, like
narcissist.
you're a Dallas girl. I don't know why I date you. Like,
Okay,
you're
well,
a
send me back to
you're
Dallas because Prosper is a
uneducated.
fucking nightmare. Who
You're
would
a
want to live
clown.
there? Like, please
Yeah.
send me back to
like
Dallas.
he would say, like you're a clown. Like you embarrass me. I always stick up for you for everyone. Like you're just a joke. Nobody takes you seriously.
And not one person
He
has ever said
you're
any
a
of that.
slut that's fucked all the Dallas Cowboys players. Like he just pulled that out of his ass. That's not true.
Well, it's interesting because
One.
Just what? Just what?
I don't know the date at all about one scenario, but I had an
So
ex
mean.
of mine call me, Ryan, and he was like, "Hey, I have a really funny story for you about that big fat fuck." And I was like, "What is it?" Because I'm friends
Please
with
tell
all of
me,
my-
yes.
Yeah. And he was like, "So my ex, his ex happened to be at Del Frisco's, and she said she was with a friend, and she was like, this fucking douchebag guy was like so sloppy. He was trying to hit on me and my friends, and I think he was with you at the time
It's probably when he ran
we
into
used
you
to
know
go
who
to
at
Del-
Del Frisco's and was having a fucking
maybe.
fit.
We did used to go to Del Frisco.
So he would, I guess he was being a complete sloppy disaster and like so
Per usual.
embarrassing and ran up this massive tab and ended up leaving and
always
walking
leaves.
Walked
the
his
tab,
tab?
where like these girls, the bartender was like, "Are you guys going to pay?" They were like, "Fuck no." He was trying to have sex with both of us. Like
oh my
asking us both, and they were
Again, the
both so
audacity.
creeped
The
out.
What did they do? They call the cops on him?
No, I guess that the owner was calling, telling
Yeah.
him he needed to pay that
Like
tab.
that's so embarrassing. You're a full grown adult.
You're a
Grown
grown ass
adult.
adult
you have
with
children,
kids. You're
a
supposed to be
job, like, and
responsible.
that's how you act, and then you want to talk shit on us.
on
Yeah.
all of us.
Please.
All of us.
All of us.
It's
But yeah, and-
unbelievable.
and-
We're not
Yeah,
the one with 4
he's-
fucking
he
DUIs
was-
and a
yeah.
PI.
And
loser.
two baby mamas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Let's not
anyways,
get into that us to get into things he really don't want us to say.
Exactly.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. But so yeah, he just started being really mean, and then it like took an abusive, dark turn.
And then they wonder why we leave.
And
right?
I remember the first time.
How dare you?
Mind-boggling.
I remember the first time like I sensed something was off. We were like on the couch like cuddling, watching a TV show, and he's like, "I'm tired. Let's go to bed." And I was like, "No, like let's watch one more." He just snaps. No, shut the fuck up. This is my problem with you. You don't get it. You don't get it. Like, I actually have a job and you're just a little bottle girl. You don't understand what I deal with. And then he's yelling at me.
His life is so
yelling
hard.
at me. And I said, okay,
So
shut up. I said, shut up. He goes, did you just tell me to shut the fuck up? And I said, no. I said, shut up. He goes, leave. Leave.
I love that.
Screaming at me. I was like, what? I'm like, I don't feel like this is a normal reaction. I just wanted to hang out with you and watch
One
another
more show.
I just wanted one more show.
He's such an ass.
But yeah, like that's always how he would act towards me. And then he would start like threatening me. He'd be like, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to punch you in your fucking jaw.
No.
Yeah, he said that to me.
He's very abusive.
And then he would
verbally.
say, he said, I'm going to drag you out by your fucking weave.
He's very demeaning.
Whoa, that's
Very.
girl.
And then he actually did become abusive. So like one time we were having a pool party. You know, how you could throw those huge pool parties.
For the whole neighborhood.
And so everybody was
Whole
outside
neighborhood.
and me and him were inside in the kitchen and we started arguing and he starts like taunting me like, you're just a Dallas girl, like you're a slut. So
Can you come up with some new material?
I know, right?
I've heard that already.
So
But I mean, you were choosing to date her. Why would you?
yeah,
talk
like-
I
badly
said,
about her?
okay, so why are you dating me? He said,
Yeah.
he laughed. He goes, I don't even know. So I take a sponge and I throw it at him like a dish sponge. He would have acted. He looked at me like so mad that I did that, and he charged at me, picked me up, and you know that hallway like to the garage.
Yeah.
He opened the garage, and just tossed me in the garage like I was a dog.
Locked her in there.
Throwing out the trash. Shut it. Slaps me in the face.
What?
Yeah, holds me over the car like I'm getting arrested. Like my stomach is against the door, and against a car, and he's holding my hand, like my hands behind my back. Like he's restraining me against a car.
About to catch a charge.
You're so fucking crazy. Like, stop it. And then he finally let me go. And he was like, you can stay in here until you fucking calm down. And I was like, okay. So then I'm like actually crying. Like I'm crying in the garage because I'm like, everything was so great. And how did I end up here?
How did we get here?
Yeah, how did I get here in the garage being restrained like I'm getting arrested?
And like all the neighbors are in
But
the
then,
backyard.
yeah, but so then he was like, stay in here till you calm down. So now I'm just like bawling my eyes out and I don't want to come inside. And then I hear everyone from the party come inside. So if I were to open the door, everyone's going to see me come out of the garage
be a big
crying.
scene.
Yeah.
And that's so awkward. So I stayed in the garage for like 20 minutes. Like that's so embarrassing that I
Did he
even
do that to
stayed.
you, Marcella?
He was very aggressive.
And then-
extremely.
So-
Is that an Aries
my
thing?
arm.
Yeah. I ended up just like opening the door and everyone saw me and I ran.
Fake.
But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was bad. And then he smashed my phone one time, like shattered my phone. I have pictures. I have like black bruises all up down my arm.
What made
He-
it end?
He put me in the garage like at least 5 times.
Yeah. What?
Like,
what
held
did
me-
make it end?
One time I was my back was against the car and he had his hand over my mouth. Like that was just his thing.
Because he has such a big hand.
Like throwing me in the garage. It was disgusting.
that was his thing.
So abusive.
Was he living there? His brother.
Some part of it, yeah.
Um.
Oh yeah.
That's
but
the
then
Bush
he
guy.
said, so then after the first time that happened, he was like, I'm so sorry. I've never like put my hands on a girl before. He goes, but if somebody like throws something at me, I don't have a problem like coming back at them. I don't have a problem. He goes, if a girl like tries to fight me, I don't have a problem fighting her back.
What the hell?
He said that.
What
That-
made it end for you? I don't even know.
Just yeah, like all of that. I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
It was becoming so dark and toxic.
Yeah.
I was like about to be arrested. Like my life was
Yeah.
about to be ruined.
Did you leave?
He called the police. Yeah, like his sister called the police on me one
Yeah.
time.
Why?
Because he was like just on some bullshit. And so I showed up to his house like unannounced. But it's like, am I really trespassing if I know your gate code and your garage code?
And you're his girlfriend?
Yeah. So I show up and he's like, no, you need to leave right now. You need to leave. He calls his sister. He goes, Berkley's going crazy. Call the police right now. So she literally calls the
So
police.
he calls her sister.
He calls his
He
sister.
needs a witness
handle
on the
his
phone.
own
Well, no,
crap.
he needs a witness on the phone because
Yeah.
if the cops come, it's a girl against guy. Most of the time, it's the girls. Most of the time they're
Yeah.
gonna side with the girl.
Yeah.
So you have to. It's the same as you get a DUI. If you get pulled over and you think you're getting pulled over for a DUI, the first thing you do is call your lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm getting pulled over for a DUI,
Exactly.
and you have the phone
Exactly.
on through the whole
So
thing.
right.
So you have to call someone. You need someone on your side. Well, I was on the phone with him, so I heard her going crazy in the background.
He was like,
now
call
it's 2 against 1.
He goes, call the police now. Police now. So she calls the police. And so then I hear the police is on the way. So I get in my car and dip. And I guess I was driving down like 380 and the cop car passed me. And he called them back and it was like, she left. You don't have to come anymore. But once you call the police, like they have to show up.
Yeah, they have to show up.
So they showed up and they were like, was that her in the white Lexus? And he was like, yeah. Like he didn't press charges on me or anything, but like it was so unnecessary. Like he wanted me to get arrested and then he would be the one to bail me out. Like because I love you so much.
And
I
need
saved
me.
you. You need me. So I came and bail you out of jail.
Who else would do that? None of your fucking
None
friends would
else
do
would
that.
do
Your
that
mom
for
wouldn't
you.
do that for you.
Friend.
Your loser friend. They
Yeah.
probably can't even afford it. We can afford it.
Yeah.
We can afford a
Yeah.
fucking bail. Don't you worry about it.
So it was just getting very
Toxic.
intense, like scary. Like
It was just escalating in a way that it was really
Escalating,
going to get bad, and
very
it was going to
dark.
be a serious consequence. And unfortunately, he
Yeah.
was so manipulative.
Yeah.
It would have been a problem that Berkeley would have probably deal with for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Whether
very
Ben Berkeley
scary.
got a DUI because she had to leave the house while they
Of
had a fight,
course.
or she gets arrested, or it was literally that was
Yeah,
the next.
it was
That was
getting
going to be the
just
next
bad.
thing, something like that.
So we kind of both agreed to break up. This is like right before the pandemic.
Okay.
So we break up, but it's like we never really stopped talking.
Yeah.
You know, when you
Yeah.
break up, but you really don't. So it was like that. So maybe a year goes by. We're still talking, hanging out. One day he goes, I've actually met somebody and I really like them, but we're taking things slow. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I kind of stopped talking to him for a while.
Yeah.
And then I kind of was dating the Vegas guy anyways. So we kind of went our separate ways. But then me and Vegas guy break up and starts kind of hitting me up again. And so we're both like texting each other, flirting. And I hadn't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
But we were like texting for months. This is 2021 now. So
That's
like
when I
last
ran
year.
into you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because we started talking
that's when I
again.
ran into them.
We kind of like
Oh.
rekindled, and so then one day he calls me and he's like, so he told me that he met somebody, but then he starts hitting me up again. So I assume
It's not.
okay,
Maybe they broke up.
Yeah,
They're taking it slow, so
Nothing,
okay, it didn't
nothing
work
came
out.
from it because you're texting me all this shit, and then he calls me up one day. I miss you. I've been thinking about shit.
He texts her the same thing.
Oh yeah, I'm
The
sure he
whole
did.
Last year, yeah, last year.
Well, we were supposed to go to Leslie's wedding.
He might as well put you in a group chat. That would have been much
Yeah.
easier for him.
He was
All of
like,
y'all.
Hey girls, I'm feeling lonely.
like,
Which one of you wants to hang out? I'm gonna text you the same
first
thing.
person
anyways.
to reply gets to go on the date.
First person to apply gets my tiny
Oh yeah,
penis.
he's like.
Valentine's Day.
So he's like, I've been
this year.
thinking about stuff, and I really miss you. I miss us. I want you to come see my development deal.
Oh,
I
it's
want
my
to.
favorite.
I want to come see your new
That's my favorite.
house. Blah blah blah. And so then he's texting me like we're exchanging pictures, like not like nudes, but like we're flirting. So I'm like getting kind of excited because I'm still under his spell, right? And so one night I end up just like Ubering back to his house, unannounced. I'll admit it. But I mean, he's like,
Yeah, no, I don't mean that that's bad. I'm
No,
worried
I
about what
mean,
you're about to tell me happened when you got there.
But so, I mean, I've done that before. That's not the
Right.
That's her thing. She
Yeah,
likes to pop up on people.
Well, because
Surprise,
he was
bitch.
like, I'm having guys' night, and he's texting, like, sending me pictures of his, like,
guys'
Danny,
night.
and I loved it. And he's like, you look so great, bae, because he always called me bae, and like, I just really felt like we were connecting again. So I get drunk, whatever. I Uber back to his house. Everybody's done it, right? But anyways,
Can't say I have actually. No, I definitely have never done that.
Anyways,
I already know the answer
so
before I get there.
I show up. I show up, and then we hook up, right?
Yeah.
And then immediately afterwards, I can't believe you would put me in this situation. I can't believe you would do this to me. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you act like I just raped you.
What time are we talking? When are we?
like
This is
3 a.m.
2021.
No,
2021.
This is
like end
the-
of summer 2021 or end of year 2021.
Okay.
And so yeah, we hook up. He willingly hooked up with me. Then immediately after, he's
Mutual
like,
consent.
I can't believe you would do this to me. I need to take you home right now. So I didn't even get to stay the night, and he took me home. And I was like, why are you acting so weird?
Because probably his
'Cause the
girlfriend was
girlfriend's
coming in the
coming over
morning.
tonight.
I go, do you have a girlfriend? He goes, no, I'm not calling it that. It's not my girlfriend. We're not together. I said, it's a really easy question. Like, or you're together or you're not. And he just can't give me a straight answer. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. So he drops me off. A few
And this is from Prosper. He drives you from Prosper.
She lives.
At like
she lives in
3:30
Lewisville.
a.m.
Oh.
Yeah, she lives close.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
okay.
not too far.
So yeah,
far.
then he just starts blaming me, like gaslighting me. It's like, you messed it up. Like, we could have hung out because I wanted to hang out with you, but since you decided to act so crazy, like, you messed everything up. Like, I can't believe you would do that. Like, just making me feel so awful about myself. So then he was supposed to come over and like see my new townhouse because I just bought a townhouse. So I get on the phone with him, and he goes, I've been thinking, and I don't think I should come see it anymore. And so now I'm like crushed because I'm like thinking we're rekindling. And I'm like, why? And he goes, well, because I have a girlfriend. And I said, did you have a girlfriend 3 weeks ago when we had sex? He goes, no, we just decided to
Definitely
make it
not.
today. He said,
This was yesterday.
As of today.
he said,
New
we
thing.
we just decided to make it official. And I'm like, okay, whatever. He goes, yeah,
It was the day after.
he goes, just the way you act, it really just snapped me back into reality about how I don't want you and I want her.
I hope she listens to this.
Just making me
I
feel like
hope-
complete
Oh my God,
shit.
no. He probably takes her phone and deletes the entire podcast app, blocks this
Well-
podcast from everything that she could possibly see because
you know whose girlfriend listened to this, and she reached out to me.
Who?
His
God.
new girlfriend,
him.
who I love. She's fucking amazing. She's the sweetest, kindest girl.
no, but she's a fucking idiot if
But
she's dating him. So
Ugh,
let's
but-
just call it
Yeah,
what
but
it
he's
is.
doing the same shit: manipulation,
Lying.
sociopathic, lying,
Gaslighting.
gaslighting. That's like his fucking MO, right? Just the same shit. So she reached out to me and was like, "Oh my God, everything you said is exactly how he is." I'm like, "Girl, get rid of him." What is good about him? Nothing. The dick isn't good. He's not fun. He's fat
ugly,
as fuck.
he's
He's
fat,
ugly.
he's
he
a loser.
sucks.
He-
I mean, he's the fucking worst. And so she listened to this
Yeah, I
and was like,
remember that.
yeah, and was like, holy shit. So,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
we're changing lives here.
No,
people.
no, no, no.
We're
She's
changing
back
lives.
with him.
We're
So
But
don't
yeah,
worry.
she did.
She's
The
an
She
idiot.
did. Yeah,
Keeps
because
learning.
like just like Berkeley,
Helping the girls.
she's under
Saving
the
lives.
spell.
I was under a spell.
Yeah, and he has the same hold
Stigmatized.
on
You guys,
her.
we
no,
cannot-
no,
we
no,
cannot
no, whoa,
say-
Dickmatized? No.
With what dick? But you know what?
Addicted to
Yeah.
what the
You
dick
cannot fix
did.
stupid.
But-
So like people like that are just stupid.
But he does the same shit. That poor girl is so sweet, and she has everything
It
going
will
for her.
ruin your life.
And he's ruining her. And I just like pray to God that she fucking hits her head and realizes that he is the piece of shit.
yeah.
Well, I
But
think
so
I mean,
this is actually what did it for me. Like, where I finally was like, I finally see you for who you are. Because so he said that to me like, oh, I just got a girlfriend. So Regal was friends with a new girlfriend on Facebook.
Regal is our friend,
Regal.
by the way.
I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
Regal. I said, what has this girl been posting? She sends me pictures for the past 6 months. They're
Seriously
in a
dating.
serious ass relationship.
kids
She's
and all
posting
that.
pictures with his kids at weddings together. My person, life is so much better with my person.
God.
So he's telling me, I just got a girlfriend. I had sex with you 3 weeks ago. No. He's been dating this girl for 6+ months. And that
It's
really
history repeating
that
itself.
really just
For
set me
sure.
off because I was like, you like just used me. Like it was just disgusting. I'm like, I thought I like the ultimate betrayal.
Because narcissists can't be
And-
alone. They
no,
have to
something
have a
clicked in my
victim.
brain. I was like, you've had a girlfriend this entire time. So the shit of you reaching out to me, that was all just you playing games because you enjoy watching me suffer. Like he likes to torture me. I finally
I
realized
don't
that.
think it's about torture. I think it's all about his own
Yeah.
self. Like he pumps him. Like it makes him feel
Feel
like
good,
oh,
yeah.
him
Yeah,
feel
to
like
have
the
multiple
man.
people talking
I
to him.
still got my claw into her.
Yeah,
Because
exactly,
If
yeah.
If he
At
wants
any
out,
point.
claw into me.
It gives him great joy to like knock you down.
Yeah,
Or,
and so-
Marcella or anybody.
Yeah. And
it's just people like that.
Yeah.
They just get a huge like.
well, they look in the
That's
mirror.
what they
and
get
their
high
ego-
off of.
Yeah.
Yes.
They look in the mirror and they're like, I'm so great.
And I so that's really what set me off. And so I was just pissed. And I was like, I think I want to reach out to this girl. So I messaged her on Instagram. I was like, hey, did you know that you're being lied to? And
Casual.
that was like kind of intense.
Casual.
And I honestly didn't expect her to reply. But she goes, really? Why? How so? She goes, you can text me if you want, and gives me her phone number. I said, okay, this feels like
Excuse me.
actually nice. And so then I said, okay, I'll call you. And that was like a big deal for me because I knew as soon as I talked to her, like that was the end. That was the end for me and him. Like,
You can't come back.
I
yeah,
know.
but she stayed because
I
she's
can't go-
weak.
She called me too.
but so
She did.
But so I get on
Berkeley,
the
yeah,
no,
makes
no, no,
sense.
no, no, the new
The
one.
new
No,
girl?
But so I get on the phone with her.
Oh my god.
Honestly, these
No,
girls
listen,
are
this
so
is funny.
What the
Stupid.
Listen to this.
fuck?
This is wild. I get on the phone with her. I tell her everything. She goes, wow, thank you so much for telling me. Like, he's been lying to me for months. He says that we're going to get married. He says we're going to have another baby together. I'm going to move in.
Another.
And I said, yeah, well, we had sex like 3 weeks ago.
You
So
told her this?
yeah, I told
And
her
she
everything.
stayed. And she
She was
stayed.
pissed. And I sent her all of the screenshots of me texting me for months. I laid it all out. I told her
What did
everything.
she say?
She said, thank you so much for telling me because I have 3 kids, so I need to know this
She's
shit.
still with him. So
Yeah.
So then,
Still with him.
so
Yeah.
then she goes, okay, well, I'm actually at his house right now, so I'm gonna talk to him about this. Call you later. Hangs up. This girl is at his house. So then I'm like, oh fuck. 2 minutes later, she's calling me back.
It's him.
It's him on the phone.
Of course it is.
Oh.
You bitch, you psycho bitch. I can't believe you would do this. You're such a fucking liar. Talking a million words a minute. I said, can you sound any more guilty? Like screaming. And then he goes, you're like, you're so crazy. Everybody knows that you do this. He goes, in fact, I've just got off the phone with your mom for 2 hours about how everybody thinks they're going to put a bullet through your fucking head.
He's such an asshole.
Yeah.
He completely made that up.
Yeah, but she stayed with him, guys.
She did
Like,
stay.
She did stay.
So then I think Berkley reached out to me.
So then I reached out to you after that.
and it was
And-
one, like for me, it was.
Wait, but was this already? Y'all had already like.
No,
y'all-
I hadn't
cool.
reached out to her.
No.
Okay,
But
so this
right,
is
To
right,
be honest
right
with
after
you,
this.
I thought Berkley knew I was with. I wasn't that happy.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
like
didn't
I'm
know.
sure she probably didn't like Berkeley.
I knew, but I didn't know y'all were like that. Serious.
Right, of course. And so then but I am always open to hearing because I knew like the back of my hand. And so when she started talking, I was like, I'm actually so glad that she reached out to me because
Yeah.
then her and I got into the shit and I was like,
yeah, exposed.
and I wasn't mad at her at all. I just knew it was like once her and I talked, I had so much relief from the female
Yeah.
end.
yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
wow. So then I knew everything he was doing. We ran into him in November of 2021. And he, right?
Well,
So that was
Jolie
yeah.
had a birthday
that was
party.
after all of this shit went down.
Yeah.
This was after I told the girlfriend.
Yeah.
So Jolie, my youngest, had a birthday party in Prosper, and my husband and him are friends.
Yeah.
They still are friends.
Right,
And
right.
I guess he said, "Hey, we're hanging out. What are you doing? Want to get together
Like,
or
come
whatever?"
by. We're having the birthday
Right.
party.
Marcella is meeting us. This is my husband saying
Yeah.
it to him. So he has a party with guys in his house. And it was all just completely innocent starting.
Yeah.
Well, next thing we know, he's like, "Meet me at the gym."
So this is
Oh,
November.
yeah.
So
So this
She
is
tries to-
after
she
this all went
just meets
down.
us for dinner because our youngest was at a birthday party. We were just having a casual dinner. But he
Yeah.
says, "Come to the gym." When he first said, "Come to the house," but I think that got a little too hot for him. So he said, "Let's go to the gym." We all meet there. He is telling her, "Will it ever end? I can never stop getting
feeling
over
I
you.
love you
It will
so
never
much."
get
Meanwhile,
over
he
you."
still has the
Meanwhile,
girlfriend.
he's trying to have a baby with his
Yes,
current girlfriend.
yeah.
So
I can't believe that he said that.
And I was there.
I have
Oh
it,
my
all of it.
God.
And that was after he already got caught too.
And he goes, "Let's go to Vegas, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
what?
And Marcella,
Let's
she
go to
reached out
Vegas
you.
after my life was almost.
What she so she reached out to you and you
then
said the same
she,
information.
She writes me on Instagram.
Okay.
When
And-
is this?
I would have
Yeah,
to look on
okay,
Instagram,
whatever.
but I remember I called you. I go, "Holy fuck! Why am I getting back into all of this?"
Yeah.
But
I
his
can't believe
new
he
girlfriend
said that.
just
Oh my
wrote me
God.
on Instagram, and I was like, at the same time, I had actually texted. And I said, "I have found out everything that you were
Wow,
doing."
yeah.
Because from you, I was like, now I know all the truth. I said, I asked you so long
I never
ago.
talked to him after.
And
what I
he
just
called
said.
me and he was like, just talking so much shit, whatever. He's like, I would never say anything bad about you. I love you, blah, blah, blah. So then the girlfriend calls me.
Like, did he not admit to having a girlfriend?
He did. Because I said, "Listen, I just want all this to die down. Like, I'm happy you're happy. Like, live your life. Like, whatever."
Yeah.
But this is before I knew details from
Yeah.
you and I
'Cause
talking.
I don't think I had reached out to you. yet.
No. And so then the new girlfriend wrote me on Instagram and said, "Can you talk to me?" And I waited quite a while because I called her
Yeah,
and I
you're
was like,
debating if you should.
I didn't know if I wanted to be involved. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I just really don't want to be in this drama. And I called you and she was like, just say something really like blanket. Like,
Yeah.
because
Surface.
so then she called me and they're together not even a year though. But I don't think, because then she's like, he's a lot to handle. He told me to go to therapy. She told me everything
he told
that you
to go to therapy. He
No,
told her to go to therapy.
she told her that he was going to go to
Oh.
therapy, try to make it work. She
Mm.
goes, he wants me to move in, but I have 3 children.
Did she say she talked to me?
Yes. And she said all those things. She goes, I just need to know, like, what does he tell you? Like, I just have such a bad feeling. I'm a mom.
She has a bad feeling.
She's such a nice
You
girl.
don't need to have
She's
a bad- very nice.
She's very sweet. And all I said, because I was like, I can't do this. Like, all I said is I said, you need to trust your gut.
Okay,
Wow.
hold on.
She
You
already
said-
had a bad fucking...
She said, "I have a bad feeling." I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
So-
You don't have to have a feeling.
Yeah, like,
I'm
Berkley
telling
I
you.
already told you. I sent you all the
Like,
screenshots.
what do you mean I have a bad feeling?
I
That's the
told
same-
you everything.
That's the same thing with
She-
this new girl with my ex.
Yeah.
She's like, D, I just don't know. He's telling me I need
Always
therapy.
listen
That's
to
how
your
they always
gut.
do. And she's like,
Always listen
I
to
just
your
don't
gut.
know. I don't know what to do. Bitch, I'm telling you.
I
Take
think
it
that
from
that.
me.
Honestly, at
Telling
this
you.
point, it's like, stop wasting your breath on these fucking imbeciles.
Yeah,
Like, you cannot fix
But
stupid.
no, but yeah,
They
but I
can't
feel-
tell them the information, and
You
what
ha-
they do with that is their
You
choice.
have all
That's
they
why I
already
didn't want to
have
get
it.
involved. At that point, I could just hear it in her voice that she wasn't ready to go. And I was about
Yeah,
to
exactly.
say, like,
exactly.
Yeah, like,
okay,
it's no
you can
point.
go. But at that point, I just said,
So you didn't tell her
I-
any details?
There's
I
no
just
point.
said there was no point.
There's
I
no
just said
fucking
you
point.
need to
Yeah,
really
for
trust your
sure.
instincts, and whatever you're feeling that you're telling me, I need you to trust that.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
all I'm going to say, because at that point I didn't know a lot of details and I did not want to be involved, and I just wanted it
It's
to
too
let
messy.
it go.
Like,
But so then after that,
They're still together,
I guess-
thriving.
Yeah,
I guess
thriving.
Thriving.
word got after I exposed him to his new girlfriend. He tells her, "I'll do anything to fix it. You're my
course.
world. I'll go to therapy." Meanwhile, he still meets up with Marcella. Then I blocked him on everything because I don't want anything to do with him. So then since I blocked him, now he starts trying to go through my mom to manipulate me. So he goes, "Hi, Jins." This is my mom. "Hi, Jins. Need you to step in again with Burke. I'm getting messages from friends, including Blank's mom, that she is continuing to reach out to anyone that will listen. I'm considering a formal cease and desist order from my attorney and don't really want it to go that far.
He loves to play
Please
that.
communicate
their
this to her
favorite.
as the messages have not stopped. My girlfriend and I have both blocked her on our phones and all social media. I'm getting messages from friends that Burke is sending messages that I was abusing her. This is out of control and needs to stop immediately." Because I blocked him, so he can't fuck with me anymore. So he starts going to my mom.
I
So
love
then-
the cease and desist.
So then
Oh, they always. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
not
get a.
my
how-
mom
that's not how it
replies.
works.
I'm gonna get a felony on
If
you.
you're gonna, you
What?
have to use it
Spider.
appropriately.
Spider, what do you mean?
Oh
Tell me.
yeah,
Cease and desist is
So
a
the-
business thing. That's not a personal.
yeah. I was
Like,
like,
if you're allowed
you
to
can't do a
speak."
cease and desist for the truth.
He could sue her for
bitch."
defamation,
Yeah.
is what he could do.
See, and that-
Cease and
and-
desist
and, like,
has
the fact
nothing to
that-
do with the situation, which proves he's a bigger
Yeah.
idiot
Also,
than we already thought.
You can't
So then-
really prove defamation.
So
I
my
love when people are like-
my mom never replies, and then he responds the next day. "Hi, Jens. Please confirm that you've received my message about getting onto Berkeley. Like, are you like my dad? Like, tell Berkeley to stop. Shut the fuck up."
I love cease and desist.
So-
I love that.
Anyway, so then this is what my mom replies. "Thank you so much for your message last night. It allowed me the opportunity to learn more about your relationship with my daughter that has me literally sick to my stomach. You have been physically abusive to Berkeley on several occasions. You've slapped her face twice. You've thrown her down to the ground. You've put your hands forcibly over her mouth, picked her up, put her in your garage, thrown her up against the car, forcefully held her down on the car, putting her arms and hands behind your back, restraining her, not allowing her to move. You've screamed and yelled at her, threatened to pull her out by her hair, destroyed her personal property by throwing her phone down and smashing it, having to buy her a new one. You've made her stay in your garage at least 5 times, telling her she can't come in until she calms down. Maybe you don't consider that physical abuse, but it most certainly is physical abuse. Thankfully, Berkeley was smart enough to document the dates and has pictures of bruises caused by your force and abuse towards her. Berkeley reached out to one of your friend's wife and your current girlfriend. Your girlfriend has called and talked to Berkeley many times, which shows Berkeley did not bother her. I'm not sure what game you're trying to play, but I suggest you stop. At this point, I think the best course of action is for everyone to go live a great life and move on. You're a man 20 years older than Berkeley. You are over a foot taller, and you weigh more than 100 pounds more than her. I am thoroughly disgusted. We wish you and your family the best."
They could. So,
Mic
Go.
drop.
yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, but
Mic
can
drop.
you really do defamation of character on somebody if that is their
Their
character?
character?
Like,
No.
That was the whole Johnny Depp thing.
that's, I'm actually,
It's the truth.
well, I'm shocked
He's
that
the Amber Heard in this
I'm shocked
situation.
that I'm really shocked that my ex hasn't hit me with defamation of character because
Well, you can't because you have
well,
to prove it's
because
not the
he's
truth.
but he's a fuckboy like that. Like he's too weak to say anything to my face, so he'll go back behind. He's a keyboard warrior, right? So I'm shocked by
Well,
that. But if he did, I'll be like that. But that is your character.
Well, in order to win that lawsuit, you have to prove that's
Yeah,
their
it's
character.
hearsay. It's
So,
your
like,
word against mine.
Yeah. So when when push comes to shove, they're fucking terrible people.
Well,
So,
and
like,
also
they-
remember,
they-
I called the cops on him.
Yeah.
So two
Oh,
cops, yeah, two
But
cops
that's
showed
all
up at
too
my
much
house.
proof that these things are real.
So,
There's
literally.
screenshots,
Yeah.
there's messages,
Yes.
there's
Yeah.
dates. You
Yeah.
can back
Especially
it all
in the middle of the Me Too movement.
Like two cops showed up at my house at like 3:30 in the morning. So I have documentation of you being an actual piece of shit.
I think
So-
the best thing is that we got away.
Yes.
I'm so
From
glad I
these
got away.
people.
All
I'm
of
so
these
glad
I
emails.
never
got
want to
away.
hear his name after this
No,
podcast
never
ever
again.
Thou
Oh,
who we
shit.
shall not
It's
name.
going on.
Thou who we shall not name.
And I think I
Literal
hope
scum.
that the next one,
I hope
it's
she sees
very
the light.
sad because she does
She
have
has
3
3 little
children.
kids.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people change their ways. I highly
don't.
Tiger does
They
not
don't.
change
Not
his
change.
stripes.
So
He's
Not at
40-something
47
years old.
But I
Yeah.
will say, like, if you're a guy who's like cheat, I mean, it just is so crazy that me and Berkley started talking. It was a very difficult, I know it was traumatizing for her separately. It was traumatizing for me separately. Like
I had
families
doctors and
involved.
therapists tell me I had PTSD.
It's just not okay to go around destroying people. So if you don't want to be your I don't really give a fuck the title. Bless you.
Destroying people's lives.
I think that you just need to, I don't know, respect people.
But like for
better.
me, on an
They're just
ending
never gonna
note, like I
respect
said,
people.
it was. I love that like y'all two realized that it wasn't y'all.
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, you
and,
can
like,
finally realize and get
that's
over
what
that. Like,
and I'm
it's not
hoping that
you.
because
fucking
that's finally I saw like
Yeah.
I saw everything from a bird's eye view.
and I'm girlfriend. Actually, her name, which is really wild. I hope that like she sees the same thing that y'all see.
No,
right?
for everyone listening,
Yes.
Danielle's ex.
No fucks.
She talked about him in a
Ew.
previous
Yes.
podcast, and I guess now he has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
and
No,
that-
I'm sorry. Yes. Now he has a girlfriend. And she's so fucking sweet, and I love her, and I just want the best for her. And
It's
it
sad.
y'all. She's gonna have to realize on her own terms that she's ready to get away. But until then, the
I
claws
feel
are in
bad.
there.
I feel bad for
I
her.
I
know.
don't. I do not. You
But
have
I
all the
mean,
facts
so
in front
many
of you.
I know.
people
Like
told
you
her.
literally know everything. Like you they'd be like, I'm so scared of haunted houses. Marcella, what do you want to do tomorrow? I think we should go to a haunted house. You fucking don't like haunted houses. You know exactly you're gonna be terrified of that. Why would you do
I
that?
wish
You're
someone would've
stupid. I do
warned
not feel
me.
bad for
I
them
know, and
at all.
and like I said, she listened
No
to the
one warned
podcast,
me.
Yeah.
and I'm giving her all the facts, and she is taking
and
the
you're
facts,
still
and I still hope the best for her,
He's-
but
yeah.
he's
guys,
just
he's-
piece of shit.
I want to say something super
Yeah.
important to young women all together. When you start dating someone, from the first moment, like day one, if there is a red flag,
Yes.
Mhm.
do not ignore it. Don't ignore
Yeah.
it.
It only
will
gets
not
worse.
Get, men,
It only
I'm
gets
sorry,
worse.
Cruz, Spider.
Don't apologize.
Men, when they know they can get away with it,
Yes.
it will only give them more
They'll take a
power.
mile.
It will
Yeah.
get them stronger. They will do more. They will take away more of who you are.
Yeah.
They will manipulate you, and you will lose yourself so quickly. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
That you have to be strong though, and understand that. You know what? If you don't hear back from him because you stand up for yourself, you didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gained
who
something.
gives a shit? Like,
Exactly.
don't. I can honestly say that has been my thing. I have avoided any kind of abuse my whole entire life. I've never had an
Good.
abusive boyfriend. Not one time has a boyfriend spoken not correctly to me, because you know what? I demand respect.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Dude, it
guys
only
have
gets
to
worse.
learn that. It is so.
I mean, you have to demand
I
what
learned
you
the
want.
hard way.
Yeah.
I will never fall for that trap ever.
I think
again.
all of us have learned
But
the hard way,
day one-
besides mom.
No, but day one. It's all about
Yeah,
day
but
one,
also too,
because
it's
you
like,
can't
and
let it
even
get
when
away
you
from
enter a relationship, right? It's like, okay, if you say this is what I want in a relationship, do it day one, because you're gonna end up having that conversation at some point, right? So it's like, if you don't say exactly what you want or what you need or how you demand or what you need,
you can't wait.
well, why would you do that? Like, you're just wasting your own fucking time. Like, girls will be like, oh, what should I say to them? Well, what do you want to say? I want to say this. Well, say that.
Say
it.
What if he says this? Well, then you have your fucking answer. If not, you're just going to
Exactly.
keep
Yeah.
wondering. Like,
Yes.
stop playing these games. Just, if you want to ask something, ask it. If
Yes.
when you're in a friendship, a relationship with your family, you demand how you want to be treated. And if
Exactly.
they can't come up and step up to your demands, and they're not anything extreme, it's very simple demands.
Probably the bare minimum.
And if you can't step up to the bare fucking minimum, then you're not a person for me in my life.
But don't
that's
even-
fine.
I don't want nothing to do with you.
No.
That's fine. You don't have to come up to my standards. I'm not asking you to. If you want to, I want you there. But if you can't come up, I'm not coming down to yours. So like, then you just move along.
Exactly.
It's important to stand up for yourself from the day one.
I will.
That is the
100%.
most important thing, because you cannot. I mean,
Yeah.
this is all insanity. I mean,
It
and
never
I
gets
really,
better.
I
It only
really,
gets
really, really,
worse.
I feel very terrible that
It's
this
a
happened to you
sad
guys,
story.
and
It's like it's
It's really
funny.
sad
It's a
because-
crazy story.
I laugh
Well,
about it. There's some
it's-
funny parts, but it
Right.
was honestly very traumatic. Like
Right.
I was
Same.
in a funk for over a year. Like I was not myself. I was depressed. I wasn't excited about the future. This guy had convinced me that like I was worthless and it sucked.
So
I was
the hard
depressed.
part about it is that I'm gonna say, like, my husband is friends with him. He's a great guy's guy, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Has a lot of guy friends. He was absolutely amazing to my youngest daughter, like to Marcella's sister.
Yeah,
Sweetest,
schmoozer.
sweetest, like loving her and on her and all this kind of stuff. No problems with that. He was respectful to me for the most part. I can't say anything bad about that. I feel like we have to tell the truth. His
100%.
family is absolutely lovely. I love his mom. I love his stepdad. I love his brother. They are wonderful,
I like
wonderful
his
people.
brother.
And his sister has always been just
Kinda.
lovely to me. I mean, I have nothing
I
bad
think
to
he
say about
has
them.
manipulated all of them into his.
Of
schemes.
course. I mean, and that's what happens. I just want to tell the truth
Yeah.
about that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Because
no, for sure.
that's a different relationship
Yeah.
than a girlfriend.
That's the
So-
same-
But
that's
can
the
I
same
can
with-
I read you guys just a few texts and
Yeah,
you tell
sure.
me what you think about it?
Oh no.
God.
So this is
Please.
just one last side thing.
Baby,
I
I
honest-
need you.
I honestly don't know what to think. So this was over 2021 while he had his new current girlfriend. He sent my mom some questionable text.
What are the dates? The
Oh my
exact
God,
dates?
yes.
Give
April
us the
2021. And I'm about to read them to you and you tell me what you think. My mom didn't tell me about them at the time because she truly believed that he thought he was texting somebody else.
Like the messages are so
Because
crazy.
my mom's
that
like
there's
kind of
no
like
way.
my mom's like kind of like a church lady, so she was like,
No
There's
way
no
he's
way.
doing
Like
that.
there's no way he meant to send that to me.
yeah. So this is what he said. Text my mom. When are we going for drinks? My mom assumes like all three of us. Let's do it. Name it. Tonight? Question mark. 11 p.m. Well, that sounds extremely tempting. I have my 6:30 a.m. podcast. I have to go earlier because she has a podcast too. He goes, I'll wake you up for it.
Yeah.
She goes, I have a meeting tomorrow that I'm still prepping for. We're going over the client journey pathway to purchase. I don't know what that means. Doesn't that sound exciting? I suppose you are already out. So now my mom like starts getting a hint that something's weird. So she is kind of going along with it just to see what he will say. So he goes, nope, I'm home. What you doing right now? She goes, about to jump in the shower. I'm exhausted. He said, don't tease me like that. Do send a pic. No one likes a tease.
Cruz's
He
face
said-
right now, y'all.
This is
I'm
the guy
dying.
texting my mom.
Fucking dead.
Do
Like,
send a pic. No one likes a tease. What the fuck?
I just don't even know this person.
Yeah, it's
And
alarming. It's a
she
lot
puts
of
a
it's like
gi-
Six Flags.
She
of
puts
red.
a weird gif. He goes, I'm down. I have happy hour tomorrow in Addison. He goes, and my pic, please? Question mark.
Still going
I'm
for it.
P.S. We're keeping the drinks off the radar, right?
Like don't tell Berkley.
She goes, I'm not that talented for pics. What do you mean by off the radar? He goes, that nobody else finds out.
Stop it. you
And then
guys.
he said, love you.
Yeah.
I think that just
Yeah. On that
He's
note.
trying
On
to-
that note.
So that's just how
I think we should end
much
that
of a
there.
fucking
Yeah.
dog this guy is. My mom truly believes he thought that was somebody else, but I'm like, he has your
After, like,
contacts
yeah,
for
after
3
keep going.
years.
yeah, he wanted to fuck your mom.
So yeah,
Oh, he wanted to do that
If
just to
you
get
guys-
to you.
Yeah.
Or
That's
Imagine being like, yeah,
No,
I fucked
think
her
he
and
was
her mom.
I think
Yeah.
he's that big of a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It's a trophy.
So
for him.
if you're listening to this, you fat fuck, stay the fuck away from my mom. You evil motherfucker.
And on mom's
My
note,
mom will never fuck your fat ass.
and on mom's note, on Marcella's mom's
You
note,
are disgusting. Go away.
I do actually love family too. That's
Oh, you do?
that is the hard
Yeah.
part. Like I really enjoyed them. They were good.
Oh, his
Like
family.
they were
told
good
family.
people. They were
Good
sweet people.
people.
They were kind to me. They were
So
welcoming and
sweet.
warming. And I'm like looking at him like, where did this come
Where
from?
did
Like,
this go
how are
wrong?
all of y'all so great? And he's such a
it's hard to
fucker.
believe, and I
It's
don't
hard
think
to
that
believe.
They get one bad
realize-
seed,
yeah,
right?
They,
and-
well, because it's your family. You're
Mhm.
always
Yeah.
going to side with your family.
of course.
Anyways,
But
Margaritas, guys?
I just needed to share those texts because they were so disgusting.
I need a martini and some
I
Mexican
finished
food.
my entire mug.
Yeah.
I know. I
margarita.
needed a refill.
Shout out,
A refill.
shout out to Javier's. I'm coming for the quail.
I want you to know
Four
that
birds,
Sponsor
baby.
us,
Four
Javier.
birds.
Sponsor
Four
us.
birds.
I want a compilation of Cruz's faces. Yes. Entire podcast.
Insane.
Yes. I have to find someone that will give me a compilation for all
That is
the
so funny.
reactions.
Honestly, it's too much.
Are
Like,
you
it's
exhausted,
unbelievable.
Chris? So
I'm
That
in
was
the
too
awe,
much.
like,
That was so
wow.
good.
Speechless for the first time in
Yeah.
his whole life.
please, Marcella, you have anything
Seriously.
else to say to end this?
I just am amazed that when you think you know people, like you don't know them at all.
It's scary.
At
and
all.
I
It's
just
it's
it's
disappointing.
disappointing for
Mhm.
sure.
It's actually
I'm
really
just glad.
scary
I'm just glad
because-
I've finally gotten away from that situation.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the person he's digging his claws into anymore.
Yeah.
I also wanted to say that this, to me, I have gotten some questions from people. Are you really going to do this podcast? And I said, I'm absolutely doing it because you know why? I'm a huge believer that when you can speak up and speak out, it's healing. And I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
extremely bad for both of them because
my
it's
heart
like
breaks for them.
heartbreaking when that happens. And speaking up is healing. And that's why I wanted to do it because
It's the best
that's
therapy for them.
literally
Yeah.
for them.
I
I
just
hope we
think it's
could help
interesting
somebody.
that it's always like, oh, stay quiet, don't say anything. Like
Nah.
No.
that, you know what I
girl.
mean? And
We're
I've
done
always,
staying quiet.
Yeah, and I've always
Yeah.
been the
No.
quiet one. Like, okay, I just don't want to be in the drama when people have been horrendous. And even somebody today was like, well, it's kind of dangerous. Like, you don't want to say anything. I'm like, no,
Why?
I'm
I mean,
so
he brought it
tired.
upon himself.
It's
I'm just
not made
tired of
up.
being the quiet
If
one.
he didn't
and
do
just-
this,
then
this
you know
would
what?
have
You
never
never
happened.
know what
he brought
saying,
it
like,
upon
about
himself.
to you, like about you to other people. So you know what? All these years, he's probably said this and this and this. Well, guess
How
what?
many
The
other
truth is out
people
there.
have he
You
done
have
this
to live
to?
and he has to
Yeah.
live with that.
Yeah.
And he has to hear it. His kids are going to hear it. His family's going to hear it.
Yeah.
His
If we
coworkers
can
are
just
going to
touch
hear it.
one person,
You have to
How
live with
many
your decisions.
people
in
has
life.
he been doing this to?
Everyone, his
entire
whole life. His whole life.
Yeah.
It's-
You know, when
I'm not being quiet anymore.
when we were talking about doing this, I thought this was gonna be funny, but I am in
It's
awe.
insane.
I am like, whoa,
It's wild.
A New York Times bestseller could not
wild,
write a
like,
book better than this shit.
seriously.
my boss always says,
And-
"When's your book coming
and
out?
we
When's your
just
book coming
touched-
out?"
Touched on
surface.
it, like,
yeah,
whoa.
Yeah.
There's still so many stories. Like the one other one that bothers me the most
Yeah.
is that he had his little girl that was so close to our family. He said she's the pizza
The
girl.
pizza girl.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
waiting
Let
for
it
that
come
one.
in. It's
oh yeah, he
like,
called me the pizza girl.
I mean,
I honestly missed.
So then,
that
like, that's so
little
weird
kid.
too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like then she goes to school and be like, oh my god, it's so weird. Last time my dad invited the pizza girl
Yeah,
inside.
he did.
Well,
He
that
told
looks
the
weird
he
to all
told
the
the
other
Yeah.
kids at
he
school.
told the
like,
baby
kid's
mama
mom.
the pizza girl came inside and we made
like,
pizzas.
it's fucking weird. He's weird.
Yeah, weird.
He sucks. You're
I mean,
fat.
it's just to me, it's like I am a big believer in speak out. Stop
Yes.
being quiet.
Yeah,
That's the
no.
only way it's
He's
gonna
a
stop.
he's a big fat bully and he bullies everyone into silence and I'm not having it anymore. I'm not coming on here and lying. I'm not trying to bash. I'm not trying to ruin anyone's life. I'm just
Well,
simply
you're speaking the truth.
telling
Yeah.
my truth and
Facts are facts.
it was a traumatic experience and I hope it helps anybody listening.
Yeah. On that note,
Yes.
On that note, we didn't even get to any other gossip. I
think that was
That was a
Next
plenty.
podcast.
But
That was
I
pretty
have some-
juicy.
yeah.
Juicy.
That's some juice.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening, supporting the podcast. We're so grateful. Every listener that we get new. I mean, we have had such great weeks with like 1,000 consistent.
I take everyone's phone at
download.
Candle Room. I take their phone and I add the podcast and I subscribe and I download our episodes and I say, okay, now you're a fan. Thank you. No, we get like about 20 a night on everyone's show.
I do have
the
to say one thing about the the gossip thing.
Yeah.
I said this off the air, but I have to tell this really fast before we go. So everybody already knows that Cruz came up with this because of Liv and Danielle in the salon. And when he proposed it to my mom was like, I love it. I was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm freaking out. They're like, say names, say all the names, do all the things like when you can. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm so nervous. I don't want to be drama. I hate it. And I'm like, I want to crawl under the table. Well, fast forward. Obviously, some of these TikToks have like blown the fuck up. They're so funny. 2 instances that I have to say just really quick. I was at a party not too long ago. Somebody I haven't seen probably since before COVID comes up to me and he is with his girlfriend. He's like, wow, I have to tell you, like, your podcast is really doing amazing. I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm so proud of it. They're like, I know Liv and Danielle. And I'm like, you do? And they're like, yes. And I'm like,
everybody knows
and
that.
they're like, I go, what do you think? They're like, oh my God, you have to keep the gossip. It's amazing. And I was like, you like it? They're like, no, you have to keep it. It's so great. And so a lot of people were talking about that at a whole group of them there. Then I was out of town. A girl came up to me. She loves the podcast. And she was like, I love the gossip. I love it. I'm living for it. I'm here for it. I love the drama. And I was like, well, I failed totally on that. That's so wrong.
People love it.
People
The
love
gossip
their
is
sex.
always coming.
They love it. So I'm just, thanks everybody for listening. It's
So,
very,
and thank
Hopefully
you
you're
guys.
entertained.
So listen, like we are literally Spider Nose Cruise. We have been working very hard on a sponsor deck. So once it comes out, we're gonna hopefully finally get some money behind us and then actually maybe get paid for this stuff.
Drinks on Tupac.
Yeah.
Margarita.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank